Hey Leos, this is Hal for HCS Ultimage, and this is your channeled forecast for the month of November. Hey guys, so no more long announcements. I learned my lesson last month, okay? Announcements will only be a couple minutes, and then I'll just move on to the forecast, okay? But I like to give announcements, otherwise I change a lot with this channel, and people are going to be like, what's going on? Because here we go, big announcement. I'm not using tarot and oracle cards anymore, okay? I've evolved beyond the use of them. I can just pretty much straight channel stuff. So here's what I did. I wound up actually creating a deck of index cards that are my channeling aid and may eventually become a deck because they're pretty organized at this point, but you know, that takes time. But that's what I'm doing now. So I'm pretty much straight channeling everything at this point. So I get the key points of it and then I give you the message. So that's how that's working now. Okay, next thing is springboarding off of that. I tend to be getting messages a lot faster now because I'm doing direct channeling, so I don't have to meander through a whole spread of cards that don't necessarily have to be there. So I just debuted these new a la carte readings, as I call them. They're short readings, so it's one short question and mini monthly, and they are $20 readings. And that is the lowest price I have ever offered in my entire career as a reader. This reason is because they're from 5 to 10 minutes, and it's like, I wasn't confident in the beginning of when I started all of this that I could give a sufficient reading in a short amount of time, and now that I can direct channel, I can totally do it. So it's like, you know, I save time in giving the message, everybody else, you know, saves money by me using less time, and that's how that works out. So it's like, now it's open to a lot more people, and they've been very popular so far already, and that was only with my subscribers knowing, or if people just like popped on there to see that they were available. So it's like now it's like the official announcement. So I hope people will take advantage of that, and I hope that it makes it, you know, my service is available to a lot more people too, and that's like the bonus really, okay? All right. Okay, so that said, I think I'm just gonna get started with your forecast. Okay? Alright, so first one, and this is like the big energy of the month, is strategize this month, okay? So that means you want to look at everything with greater detail and greater planning, okay? Because strategizing in particular is about planning, and a lot of the implications of what could go awry this month if you don't plan are related to things that have to do with goals or aspirations, like things that you're working towards. So it's not even about things that are so much of the moment, but more things that you're planning out through, you know, the future, through future months, unless it's something that you're trying to work on that's systematic and you're trying to start in November. So I'll go into more detail and then I'll give you examples and stuff. Yeah, and I'm literally getting strategized now for later. So I really don't think it's anything about immediacies. Okay, good. All right. Okay, next one here is, this may be the wrong month to start going off the deep end. All right, so that has to do with like anything that's really drastic. Okay. Okay, yeah, literally in regards to that strategy element. So it's like you shouldn't be trying to do anything too crazy this month with skyscraping expectations or goals, trying to push things that don't want to be pushed, basically. So this could be wanting to launch particular projects or force particular partnerships that might not be ripe yet, or even, you know, trying to push yourself to achieve certain standards just yet before you're ready. Okay, really plan every element this month, okay? All right, and take things, again, it's like take things at each, really look at things in a systematic way and systematic process, okay? Because that's really the key. It's like you can't rush this month, okay? And it's funny because even when I got a glimpse of the fast card, when I already got this message, I was like, this is one of the things that I kind of had to, that would help with the wording. That you can't rush the month and you can't rush progress, okay? All right, when it comes to November, all right? Because after November, then you're freed up more, but in November, it's about planning, not rushing, not getting too far ahead of yourself, okay? All right. Okay. Okay. All right. And I also got that blurry emotions or blurry feelings may fog your judgment and set you back. Okay, so this is yet another aspect of this energy coming through. Okay. So let's say that you're feeling really angry about something or someone, then acting through anger is going to make things take longer or literally have a window. Okay. You know how people say there's a window open? It's like having the window close on your hands. Or like that image of the person getting their hand slammed in under the piano thing, the closing over the keys. That's what it feels like. It's going to set you back in a way that's unpleasant and frustrating. And it might hurt a little, depending on how that blur of emotion is. If it expresses itself through anger, frustration, impatience is a big one this month, okay? So watch being impatient in November as well. You guys are meant to be, like, again, planning things systematically and looking at things from a systematic perspective. Again, this means that you're looking at things as if it were a procedure or like a recipe, okay? If you tried to cut out a part of a recipe, it's not going to turn out that well. Okay, so it's like if you undercook the chicken, you're gonna get food poisoning. That's really drastic. If you don't put in the baking powder, the cake is not gonna rise. You know, or however that works. I'm sorry, I'm not good with baking. All I know is that you use baking powder in pancakes. I don't know. I'm not an expert in that field, but you know, it's that kind of analogy of if you try and cut out parts of the process or you don't consider them, you're going to get screwed over, okay? And things aren't going to manifest and brew into what they're meant to be, okay? So watch trying to cut corners or cut parts of the process. In the cutting corners analogy here, it's like you don't want to leave out a crucial element or leave a stone unturned that should have been turned, okay? All right. Okay. And then this is like kind of the more cosmic thing about it and like the growth element here. If you want to evolve, you must be more strategic, okay? So again, this is necessary for your personal growth and growth of your goals and or ventures. And again, this could even have to do with relationships too, because some people want to rush things sometimes and some people can't be rushed, okay? Because that's the really big thing about this month. Things cannot be rushed. You cannot rush them, or you will find that you are not that things do not fall into a pleasant scenario for you. Okay, even if it has to do with you getting set back and just frustrated with like, okay, you know, you get the window closed on your fingers and then your fingers just hurt, but you can get through later. That's possible. For some people, it might just close. So again, remember that everything has a process and a procedure before you try and jump the gun or jump the barrier, jump the fence, so to speak. Okay. All right. Let's see what else there is here. Okay, there's one more part about the progress thing before we move on to that one other element here. The other progress thing that might occur for some people, because, I mean, the strategize thing is for everybody, and all of that other stuff can pop up for everybody in different ways. This is one other facet of that for this month. The unexpected might halt your progress. Now, unexpected can fall into that one thing, but this also covers, okay, let's say you're trying to launch a business and then something pops up that you didn't expect would happen, and it's going to cause things to drag on longer or cause things to be kind of crippled until you can remedy the situation and delay the launch of some sort. Or, you know, this can be in all of those different scenarios again, because this is across the boards this month. Okay, give me a second, because there's a little more examples here too. If it is relationship relevant, then it might even be that things you don't expect about a person is going to cause you to stay distanced. This can even be things like friendships. Sometimes you want to start like making a connection or networking with someone, and then all of a sudden you will be delayed from that person or separated from that person, whether it's because of your interactions or because of things popping up that must be dealt with that override your timing, okay? So know that unexpected things that you cannot control or can't fathom, because that's the other thing, and that's the big thing, that things you cannot fathom or prepare for in the state of you can't expect it to happen necessarily can catch you off guard, but the strategizing can help with that. And I'm getting, if you work hard with it, it can help. Like, it might be that, you know, you're working towards something in November, and then all of a sudden, because you knew to go over things with a fine-tooth comb, break things down into pieces, that it might help you catch something, okay? All right. So that said, guys, I do personal readings. If you want one, hit the link below or go to hesultimage.com, spelled just like the channel, and I will see you later.